Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Swann. In this video, I'm going to talk about JavaScript data types with some practice and examples. Let's talk about data types. Programming languages all have built-in data structures, but these often differ from one language to another. A data type in a language defines the type of data a variable can hold. JavaScript has 8 data types. The set of types in the JavaScript language consists of primitive values and objects. Primitive values define immutable values, values which can't be changed. Objects, non-primitive, a collection of properties. Let's see what is the primitive values. Boolean, null, undefined, number, BigInt, string, and symbol. And finally, objects. In computer science, an object is a value in memory which is possible to reference by an identifier. If you understand objects, you understand JavaScript. In JavaScript, almost everything is an object. All JavaScript values are objects except primitives. Dates, maths, regular expressions, array, and functions are always objects. Booleans, numbers, and strings be objects if defined with a new keyword. Let's start with primitive types. Boolean. Boolean is a logical data type that can have only the values true or false. JavaScript Boolean conditionals are often used to decide which section of code to execute, such as in if statement or repeat in a for loop. If raining, then console.log right now it is raining. Else console.log not raining. Let's raining equal to true. And what do we get out in down there? Right now it is raining. If I change this to false, not raining. Let's do the next example. For let I equal to 0, I smaller than 5, I plus plus, console.log, I am printing to the green I. Yes, so what we have here now, every single time we was printing, I am printing the screen 0. So what is I right now? I equal to 0. This is a conditional. Is a 0 smaller than 5? Yes. And the next loop is going to be I equal to 1. This condition is going till this condition will be false. As soon as when it's false, is break the loop and go to the next line. This is what happened. So when we reach 4, 4 is smaller than 5, true. Let's go to the next one, 5. 5, is it smaller than 5? No. So this is became false, and this is why I was exiting from the loop. Let's comment this out. Let's talk about null. The null type has exactly one value, which is null. In computer science, a null value represents a reference that points generally, intentionally to a non-existent or invalid object or address. In JavaScript, null is marked as one of the primitive values because its behavior is seemingly primitive. However, when you're using the type of operator, it returns an object. Let's give it a try. Console.log type of null. And yes, it gives you an object. This is considered a bug, but cannot be fixed because it will break too many scripts. Comment this out. The next data type, undefined. a variable that has not been assigned a value has the value undefined. Let's do the next example. A function test has a parameter a, and we do a condition here. If a equal to undefined, then return undefined value. Otherwise, return a. Let's declare another variable. Let b and console.log test with b. Let's see, what do we get here? Undefined value. Now, because let b was declared, but we never assigned the value for the b, is automatically is undefined. And this is undefined equal to undefined. And this is why we got returned undefined value here, which is this line of code. Undefined is a property of the global object. It is variable in the global scope. A variable that has not been assigned a value is of type of undefined. A method or statement also returns undefined if the variables that is being evaluated does not have an assigned value. A function returns undefined if a value was not returned. So let's give another example. Const test equal to function ab console.log. This is an undefined function. Console.log test to ray. Yes. So this is an undefined function because we're not returning anything from the function. So if you do this, return a plus b, then we have 5. Go to the next data types, which is number. The number type is a double precision 64-bit binary format. It is capable of storing positive floating numbers and negative floating numbers. Let me give you an example. Console.log number.max underscore value, and this is positive floating number, and we can have a minimum, and this is a negative floating number. Values outside the range are automatically converted to infinity or 0. If I give you example, max multiplied 2, we have infinity. The number type has only one integer with multiply representation. 0 is represented as both negative 0 and positive 0. In practice, there is almost no difference between the different representations. For example, console.log plus 0 equal to negative 0. It is true. If a number is divided by 0, the resulting value is infinity. So if I do 42 divided by 0, the number is infinity. The result is infinity. If I do this with negative 0, that's negative infinity. The type of infinity is a number. So if I console.log type of infinity, we get a number. A number data type can be an integer, a floating point value, an exponential value, or not a number, or an infinity. A number data type can be integer. So let a equal to 5, console.log type of a, which is a number, or can be a floating point value. Let b equal to 3.14, console.log type of a, that's a number too. Not a number or an infinity. Not a number results when we try to perform an operation on number with non-numeric values, which is console.log high multiply by 2 is returns a not a number, and console.log type of not a number, number. We can also create a number literal by using the number function. So let a equal to number 2, console.log a. Let me comment this out. And I've got number 2. We can create a number object let's make some space. We can create a number object using the new operator and the number constructor. So const num1 equal to new number 5 console.log num1, which is gonna be a number 5, but if I console.log type of num1, so it will be an object. The next will be BigInt. The BigInt type is a numeric primitive in JavaScript that can represent integers with arbitrary precision. With BigInt, you can safely store and operate on large integers, even beyond the safe integer limit for numbers. A BigInt is created by appending n to the end of an integer or by calling the constructor. So let's have a look. Const x equal to BigInt number max underscore safe. This needs to be capital, max underscore safe underscore integer, and this should be const. Then console.log x, and we get this number. If I wanted to do this x plus 1n equal to triple equal to x plus 2n, that will be give us a false, because we have those long number. We will have this, we will have 2n, we will have 3n. But if I wanted to change plus 1 and plus 2, it is triple equal. Oh yeah, I cannot mix BigInt and let's take this off. And now we have true, because both numbers reach the maximum number. Both of them is 92. A BigInt is not strictly equal to a number, but it is loosely so. BigInts cannot be operated on interchangeable with numbers. So we cannot mix them. 2n minus 1n is 1n, but I wanted to do 2n minus 1, this will be a type error. Cannot mix BigInt and other types use explicit conversions. And let's talk about string. JavaScript strings type is used to represent textual data. It is a set of elements of 16-bit unsigned integer values. Each element in the string occupies a position in the string. The first element is at index 0, the next at index 1, and so on. The length of the string is the number of the elements. So let data equal to John Doe and console.log data 0.0, and we get number J. So in the string, the first element is at index 0. Index 1, we get John O, and so on, so on. So what I can do is create a for loop. Let I equal to 0, I smaller than data dot length, I plus plus, and let's console.log data dot I, and we got John Doe. It starts with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, empty space is still, and DOE, John Doe. And if I wanted to, let's let new data equal to an empty string, and new data equal to new data dot concat data dot I, console.log new data. Yes, so now we're printing out, we're adding. So first we have the first loop, we're printing out J. The second loop, we're taking J and we're adding together the other one, and we put together as a new string. Oh, Joe, John, John, John empty space, John Day, John Doe, John Doe. Let's comment this out. So JavaScript strings are immutable. This means that once a string is created, it is not possible to modify. However, it is still possible to create another string based on an operation on the original string. The string data type in JavaScript can be any group of characters enclosed by a single or double quotes or by backticks. So let string equal to this is a string, console.log string, this is a string, and let's create a type of string, it's a string. Or let string1, we can use the string function to create a new string, which is string5, and console.log string1 is number 5. If I say type of, this is a string, so this is not a number, this is a string, so it's the same if I would do this. So this is number 5. This creates a string literal with value 5. So like the number and the Boolean data types, a string object can be created using the new operator. So let's comment this out. Const string2 equal to new string, and let's give just a simple hello. And this is a string object. So if I console.log string2, I've got string hello. Is it right down here? If I console.log type of string2, then I've got an object. So this is not a primitive now. No, this is an object. And let's talk about symbol. The symbol data type defines a property of an object which is private to the object. It refers to the key of the key value pair of an object. A symbol is a unique and immutable primitive value and may be used as the key of an object property. Every symbol call is guaranteed to return a unique symbol. So let's say let A equal to hello, let B equal to hello, and if I do console.log A equal to B, it is true. What about if I make let C equal to symbol, and let's put hello, and let D equal to symbol, and just put the same hello. Console.log C equal to D. It is false. When we calling the symbol function, is guaranteed to return a unique symbol, which has a unique key. And if I console.log type of C, we're getting symbol. And the next one, objects. In computer science, an object is a value in memory which is possible referenced by an identifier. JavaScript objects are written with curly braces. Objects properties are written as name value pairs, separated by commas. So let's show you the next example. Const person equal to curly braces, and first name John, last name is Doe, age 30, and born Toronto. So this is an object. All JavaScript values are objects except primitive types. So console.log type of new date, that's an object. Console.log type of new Boolean, that's an object. Console.log type of new number, that's an object, it's not a number. Console.log type of math, also an object. Let's make a const, call it re, which is a regular expression, new rig expression, ab plus c. Console.log type of re, it's an object. So let's comment this out. Let's say const color, create an array with the colors of red, blue, let's make a green. Console.log type of color. Yes, this is an object too. Now functions are first class objects. So if I create a function message and console.log hello world, console.log type of message, I will get a function. If I say console.log message instance of object, that is true. So function are first class objects. Let's comment this out. So JavaScript is a loosely typed and dynamic language. Variables in JavaScript are not directly associated with any particular value type, and any variable can be assigned and reassigned values of all types. So if I create let foo equal to 42 and console.log foo, that's 41, type of foo, this is a number. What about if I say foo equal to bar? Now we have a string. What about if I say foo equals to true? We have a boolean. What about if we have foo equals to symbol? Now we have a symbol. So any variables can be reassigned values. If you have any question, please leave a comment down below, and thank you and see you at the next video. Thanks, bye.